A long and rich tradition of Lent has been making the Stations of the Cross with Jesus. Station by station, step by step, we journey deeper into the Paschal mystery of the suffering and death of Jesus. Now, as we enter this graced season of Easter, NACMS is offering a weekly reflection on the stations of Easter, supporting our growing relationship with the risen Jesus. The second station of Easter, meeting the risen Jesus on the road to Emmaus. We adore you, Jesus Christ, the risen one, for by your holy obedience through the Paschal mystery, you have redeemed the world.
A reading from the Gospel of St. Luke. Now on that same day, 2 of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking about all the things that had happened.
What are some of the major things going on in your life these days?
While they were discussing these things, Jesus himself came near and went with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him. And Jesus said to them, "What are you discussing with each other while you walk along?" They stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered Jesus, "Are you the only person in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have taken place there these days?" And Jesus asked them, "What things?"
Maybe you also feel that Jesus is distant or unaware of the things going on in your life. What is it like to be asked to name, to give voice to these things that are going on in your life?
They replied, "The things about Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and leaders handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified. But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. And beside all this, it is now the 3rd day since these things took place. Moreover, some women of our group have astounded us. They were at the tomb early this morning, and when they did not find his body there, they came back and told us they had seen a vision of angels who said that he was alive. Some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the woman had said, but they did not see him." Then Jesus said to them, "How slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have declared. Was it not necessary that the Messiah should suffer these things and enter into his glory?" Then, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, Jesus interpreted to them the things about himself in all the scriptures.
Jesus links his life and their story with the scriptures. Is there a gospel scene or a verse from the Psalms that helps you understand what is happening in your life?
As they came near the village to which they were going, Jesus walked ahead as if he were going on. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, because it is almost evening, and the day is now nearly over." So Jesus went in to stay with them. And when he was at table with them, he took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him. But then he vanished from their sight.
With the opening of the scriptures and the breaking of the bread, their eyes were opened. Jesus, help us to recognize you in the sacraments, in the opening and the reading of the scriptures. Open our eyes, open our ears, open our hearts, open our hands.
They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the scriptures to us?" That same hour they got up and returned to Jerusalem, and they found the 11 and their companions gathered together, and they shared what had happened on the road and how he had been made known to them in the breaking of the bread.
May we, like the disciples on the road to Emmaus, give witness to our experience of the risen Jesus. Thanks for listening to our meditation on the stations of Easter. Check in each Saturday in Easter for a new station. For more resources about the Marianist charism and spirituality, check out our website at NACMS.org. Thank you for listening.